Democrats are gearing up to grill the president's nominee to the Supreme Court as the first day of Brett Kavanaugh's hearing came to a close Tuesday. Several Senate Democrats tried to slow Kavanaugh's confirmation process. Some accused the White House of hiding details about the nominee's time in the Bush administration.
Mr. Chairman.
To serve as Associate Justice.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to be recognized for a question before we proceed.
Regular order.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to be recognized to ask a question before we proceed. The committee received just last night, less than 15 hours ago, 42,000 pages of documents that we have not had an opportunity to review or read or analyze.
You're out of order. I'll proceed.
The president weighed in Tuesday night. He tweeted that the hearings are, quote, truly a display of how mean, angry, and despicable the other side is. Julia Manchester joins me now from our Washington bureau. She's a reporter at The Hill. Hi, Julia. Thanks for being with us. You know, senators will begin their questioning of Kavanaugh on Wednesday. So what are some topics we know they will be hitting the nominee very hard with?
Right. So I think they're going to be trying to really appeal to their base, the Democrats, as well as, this is an audition for many Democrats and for two Democrats in particular on the committee, potentially for a 2020 run, Kamala Harris and Cory Booker. But I'm thinking they're going to definitely hammer Kavanaugh on the issue of Obamacare provisions, definitely a big one, as well as reproductive rights, Roe v. Wade, and the future of that decision. Another big thing is executive authority. We're seeing this play out all in the shadow of Robert Mueller's probe into alleged ties between the Trump campaign and Russian election meddling. So they definitely want to get a feel for how Kavanaugh would react if the decision or whatever would be reached in that case.
Right now, as you mentioned, several of the Democrats that tried to delay the start of Tuesday's hearings are considered to be 2020 hopefuls. This includes Senators Amy Klobuchar, Cory Booker, as you said, Kamala Harris. So how important are these hearings then for their political futures?
Well, it's definitely, I guess, a first showing, a way to get them right into the limelight. This is, like I said before, an audition. This is a way to introduce them to their progressive base, to make it seem like they're appealing to that base by opposing Kavanaugh. Because the fact is, the Democrats stand a pretty slim chance at, blocking this nomination altogether. So their best bet, they feel at this point, is really just to attempt to block it or to try to make it seem like they're delaying it.
And so there are some vulnerable Democratic lawmakers from red states who have yet to say whether they will support Kavanaugh, including Senators Claire McCaskill and Joe Manchin. What are we expecting to happen with these guys during the hearings?
Right. So Joe Donnelly, Joe Manchin, as well as Heidi Heitkamp, all three voted for President Trump's last Supreme Court pick, Neil Gorsuch. It's hard to tell how they'll go this time. It seems like a lot of them tend to be leaning yes. But also, the voters are trying to appeal to in their states, although their states might be a bit more conservative. Those swing voters might not think of Kavanaugh as a top priority. They're more likely to look at economics or health care as a top issue. So, I think these senators will definitely take it into consideration. It seems like they're going to vote for that. But ultimately, I don't know if Kavanaugh is going to be the biggest priority for voters in that state.
All right, so we know the Arizona governor announced that Jon Kyl is the replacement for the late Senator John McCain's seat on Tuesday. He is a former U.S. senator. However, Kyl's also guiding Kavanaugh through the nomination proceedings. Do we know if that was a factor in him being chosen? And why would it be significant then moving forward?
Yeah, it very well could have been a factor. But Jon Kyl's interesting because it's a way for the Republican Party in Arizona to bridge a gap that really exists in that party. You have the McCain wing, and you also have the more far right wing within the party. And I think Jon Kyl is a way for them to maybe bring those two sides together, in that Jon Kyl has many ties to the McCain family. We saw that Cindy McCain praised the decision by Governor Ducey to appoint him. And he also, this Kavanaugh decision makes it, appears appears that it makes it seem that he has many ties to Trump's base. Trump's base feels very strongly about conservative picks to the Supreme Court as well as to the judiciary in general. So this could be a way to really bridge that gap for the meantime. Now,
President Trump said Monday the indictments of 2 GOP congressmen by the Justice Department puts Republican seats at risk, tweeting in part, "2 easy wins now in doubt because there's not enough time. Good job, Jeff." Now, how will all of this set the stage for the appointment of a new attorney general?
Yeah, I mean, I think Democrats are really going to hammer this home to their base and in any hearings for a potential new attorney general. We've seen that the president has said that he wouldn't fire Jeff Sessions until after the midterms if he does. But I think Democrats are really going to use these tweets, as well as many Republicans, as a warning sign to the next attorney general to say, or the next nominee to be attorney general, just to say that this isn't a political position. You're independent, technically, of the president, though you serve under the executive branch. So I think they'll definitely use that. I mean, Senator Ben Sass's tweet and all of that, saying this isn't a banana republic, responding to the president, really spoke volumes to, I guess, the divide within the Republican Party on this.
Absolutely. And the tweet did, prompted backlash, including from Republicans, as you mentioned. GOP Senator Ben Sass accused the president in a statement of treating the United States like a banana republic. Are Republicans concerned about the Justice Department ahead of the midterms?
I think there is some concern about the Justice Department. However, I wouldn't say that the Justice Department is necessarily a top issue for a lot of midterm voters. Like I said before, I think a lot of voters are going to be focused on issues such as the economy and health care. But I think Democrats will drive it home to their base that the president is politicizing the Justice Department, and that could be a big concern for many voters.
Absolutely. Julia Manchester, thank you so much for your insight.
Thank you.